New at 11, people in Suwannee County are weighing in on a North Florida water project that could impact the Suwannee River. The Water First North Florida project will be discussed tomorrow during a public open house. Officials say it would help meet water demand and restore the river and aquifer. Our Julia Miller has more from Live Oak.
Community members gathered here at Live Oak Public Library Wednesday night to voice their concerns and to learn more about what's going on ahead of Thursday's meeting.
Our job is to leave things better than the way we found them, and I just got to have assurance that that's what we're doing.
Wednesday, the Lower Withlacoochee and Upper Suwannee River Task Force, made up of 12 counties with one county commissioner from each, voted unanimously to pass a resolution against the Water First North Florida project. According to a statement from the Suwannee River Water Management District, which is collaborating on the project, they say in part, quote, the project aims to use high-quality reclaimed water, further treat it through a wetland filtration system, and then recharge it into the Floridian aquifer. According to a map on their website, water would leave the Jacksonville area and bring it to north central Florida to be filtered through a wetland area. Suwannee County Commissioner Don Hales says he still doesn't have enough information.
I guess I just need more education on how this will work and assurance that it's not going to affect future, citizens of Florida and our community.
But according to Suwannee River keeper John S. Quarterman, he says it's a project to pipe treated wastewater from Jacksonville into the Suwannee River basin. He says while they're trying to address growing water demand, there needs to be other options than using the Suwannee River.
The obvious solution, which apparently they don't want to do because they don't like the cost, build a pipe to run the brine way offshore and way deep into the sea. Now, I don't know how much that would cost, $1 billion, because that's the price of this Water First North Florida project they're proposing.
Quarterman says the project raises concerns for many people, including cost and possible health impacts. He says there are still too many unanswered questions.
That's one of the biggest problems. There's so many things that just aren't known, yet this thing is barreling along. By their optimistic scenario, they wouldn't start sending anything through the pipe for 13 years. So how are they doing such a humongous plan when they know so little?
District officials say in that same statement, quote, Water First North Florida is the most protective, long-term solution with the greatest environmental benefit to restore and protect our natural water resources. The district will hold an open house Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the North Florida Research and Education Center here in Live Oak. They say they'll be answering questions and working to dispel misinformation. Reporting in Live Oak, Julia Miller, WCTV Eyewitness News.